when Asuka became the face of the Raw Women's Division. And welcome back, guys, and again, this is Mikeratto, and well, we're going to discuss Asuka being the face of the Raw Women's Division in 2020. Well, she is actually leading the Raw Women's Division by that time, and well, we're going to discuss also before she became the face of the division. Well, she had this streak before. Well, an undefeated streak from NXT, and then well, the streak continued on the main roster while she was defeated by Charlotte Flair, and then well, you know what, the rest happened. She had a feud with Carmella, which she lost, but by the end of 2018, well, TLC 2018 to be exact, she won the SmackDown Women's Championship. Fast forward, well, she had multiple title reigns, tag team title reigns, so on and so forth. But in 2020, well, there's a huge change. Well, she and Kairi Sane has been these tag team champions, and well, they are heels who are actually, well, one of the most well-known tag team in the women's division by that time. And then, well, there's another thing. In 2020, well, the unfortunate pandemic started, and you know what happened. The WWE, well, also adapted to that situation, and they actually, well, televised their shows on the Performance Center. And then, well, during this time, well, Asuka is actually becoming this. Well, she is actually entertaining before that, but now, well, she's having this character which is actually entertaining, funny, as you may decide, whichever you think may it be. Well, during this time, well, she's having screen time, and well, she's doing commentary, she's wrestling, and all of those stuff, which is, well, yeah, she's actually entertaining by this time, despite being a heel, which is supposed to be hated by some guys. And then, well, also during this time, well, the pregnancy rumors actually happened with Becky Lynch, which well, later she was revealed to be pregnant, and well, she had to drop the title. Well, she fought at WrestleMania, and that's her last match before, well, until now, well, that's her last match still. And then, well, later on, well, there's a Money in the Bank ladder match for the women and for the men, which is actually a combination of those two matches, which we saw a lot of cameos, a lot of funny segments, such as Rey Mysterio being squashed by Otis and Nia Jax, I think. During that match, we have Asuka dancing, we have, well, I think it was Dana Brooke getting the Money in the Bank briefcase on Stephanie's, well, I think it's on The Office, and then while Vince McMahon's having his cameo, which while AJ and Daniel Bryan were fighting, and then while Rey Mysterio meeting Brother Love in a segment, and John Laurinaitis, and all of those stuff during the, well, the men and the women's Money in the Bank. And Asuka won the briefcase for the women's, and Otis won for the men. And then, well, later on, well, it was revealed that the briefcase is not just an ordinary briefcase which you can win for a championship, cashing in on the champion. Instead, well, it was revealed that that match was actually for the Raw Women's Championship, and Asuka won the title. Becky Lynch was pregnant, is pregnant by that time, and then, well, yeah, she won the title. She had won the title during that point, and then, well, she had numerous feuds after that. She had a feud with Nia Jax for the Women's Championship, which, well, Asuka won. And then, well, she had this, well, feud also with the Golden Role Models, consisting of Sasha and Bailey, which by that time, well, Sasha returned with a new attitude and Bailey has a new attitude. Well, not Sasha having a new attitude, but just turning heel. Both of them turn heel, but Asuka is a face in this match. So yeah, they screwed Asuka out of the championship when they had the controversy in that match. Well, Bailey counting for the 3 count, which confuses a lot of fans. Which who is the champion? They had that segment. Which later on, Sasha won the title via count out during their match with Sasha versus Asuka. After Asuka saving Kairi Sane. And also, in their rematch, like almost all of the women's championship Sasha Banks had, mostly on the women's championship, she dropped it on her first defense. So yeah, she dropped the title back to Asuka, and when Asuka is challenging Bailey, she didn't win the title, but later on, she and Charlotte Flair won the tag team titles. So yeah, and then while the Golden Role Models had their own feud. Well, after Bailey and Sasha lost their tag titles, Bailey turned on Sasha. They had their feud, which causing Sasha to win her first SmackDown Women's Championship. So yeah, that happens, and as for Asuka, she moved on from this feud. Well, before her tag team title reign yet again, she had a feud with Selena Vega, which it was actually short, mini feud only for the title. As for the time being, then, she had association with Lana, when they had this storyline with Lana being sent, she was actually being sent to the announce table almost every week. She's actually being destroyed by Nia Jax every week, being Samoan drop to the table every week, and that build up. Which unfortunately for Lana, she didn't had to compete for the tag titles. Instead, Asuka chose Charlotte Flair for them to win the tag team titles before the year ends in that pay-per-view. Well, her tag team title reign with Charlotte didn't last long as they lost their titles. And then she's been confronted with Rhea Ripley, and then that storyline which led into a match at WrestleMania, which actually Asuka losing the title here at WrestleMania. So after all of that storyline, she's actually one of the most entertaining people, wrestlers in the pandemic era, or in the Thunderdome era, or in the Performance Center, which she's actually having a lot of segments. She's being comedic when she turned face, or being a heel, while she's creating a lot of moments for herself during those times. And she's actually one of the most notable women during the time. Because during the time, a lot of wrestlers were actually having their own storylines. And there's also the build-up for Sasha and Bailey's breakup, which is actually one of the most entertaining parts of the women's division during the time. And as for the Raw part, there's Asuka, and there's a lot of people there. And there's a random pairing of tag teams, and then random breakups when they had this random tag team of Peyton Royce and Lacey Evans. And then there's also the breakup of Iconics. There's also a random pairing of Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose. So yeah, there's a lot of things that are going on during the pandemic era on the women's division. They break teams, they create teams, they create challenges for the champions. You know how they operate. But yeah, she was actually one of the most entertaining wrestlers during this time. And yeah, that's it for today. I hope you all like this video. Like, comment down below, share, subscribe now for more videos, and I hope that you all watch my other videos once I posted them. So yeah, have a good day, and again, this is Mikeratto. Peace subscribe, take care, and yeah, subscribe.